If you have trouble, I have a little tiny issue with making decisions, kind of big decisions, and I just go back and forth forever. Should you try to remove the emotion from that, or how do you use that?
I would do, well, first of all, you can write down. Writing is helpful to sort stuff out. I can see one layer might be my distress about making the right decision. I would ask myself, did I make some bad decisions in the past that I need to forgive myself for? And I'd specifically work on any that came up, specifically. You can even do, if you're not sure, you can do around on whatever it is about making decisions for me. You know, even though I have trouble making decisions, I deeply and completely accept myself, and I'm willing for them to come easily and readily. And Carol Look would have you do, hate making decisions, but I'm willing for them to come easily and readily. And do some rounds just alternating, opening up possibilities. If you're interested in doing personal growth, it's a really valuable tool. If you're interested in spiritual growth, it's a really valuable tool. Because the unresolved emotional issues will capture your mind over and over and over again. And to the degree you can take the emotional charge and consequent imbalance out of them, your mind is free to focus somewhere else.
How do you know what questions to ask to get to root whatever it is you're going after?
Well, I would do a round of tapping. If I didn't know what was going on, I'd do a rounding tapping on whatever's going on. Whatever's behind this issue, whatever it is, and I'd watch. I'd just start rebalancing and notice what comes up. My experience is that the cousins or aspects to issues do offer themselves when you're doing the tapping. You just have to, and what they'll do is they'll flip by. I mean, even when I was doing therapy, Gestalt therapy, it's a similar kind of thing. People are talking about this stuff, and you'll see their eyes do a certain thing, and you'll say, what was that thought? Oh, I was just remembering the time my mother beat me up. You know, oh, that may have something to do with this. The process is fairly simple. I encourage you to make a list of things to work on. Pick just some issue you're curious about. And what are the aspects of it, and do rounds on the aspects. And I want to underline the importance of the subjective rating before and after. I mean, it's a subjective rating, but it'll give you a clearer sense of whether am I doing any good here or not. Because if you don't do that, you may not notice things are changing. And when you're working with other people, you may see dramatic changes in them, and they won't think it's because of the tapping. Gary Craig has a term for it. I forget what it is, but it's people just they just won't relate to that. Oh, that's why things changed, because we did this funny tapping thing. But it can produce dramatic changes.
I have just a technique question. So if you're going to work on this for 20 minutes, you start out with your tapping thing, and then you do the gamut thing and the eye rolls and the humming, counting. Then you go back and do the tapping one more time. Does that count like one round?
That's one round.
And so then
What's on your chart is one round, and you want to do rounds.
you do the gamut in the middle of the next round.
Right. Now, some people skip the gamut. They don't bother with this. There's a number of spin-offs on this that are called meridian-based therapy systems or energetic medicine, and they have different protocols, and they all seem to get results. So, I'd say ad-libbing is okay, but my personal feeling is that stuff that has trauma connected to it, the eye roll stuff I would definitely do that and think about the events, the traumatic story. I often don't do the humming and counting. Sometimes I'll just do the tapping and the eye roll stuff, and at other times I will. If I'm not getting movement, I'll do the whole process. And again, the things that get in the way are dehydration and psychological reversal. Some part of you kind of likes having this problem, as painful as it is. For for some reason. And the other reason it doesn't tend to move is if you're barking up the wrong tree. You think it's about this, but it's about something behind that. Well, I think I've done my part in delivering the material. And I want to encourage you to get into the habit of using it, to just play around with different topics, get used to it. I still sometimes will notice that I'll have an issue come up that I don't even notice. You know, we're willing to live with a certain amount of discomfort and distress, and we'll just kind of go through the day ignoring it. And I'm doing my best now to not ignore it and just do this simple little stuff, you know, while it's there. So I wish you well with it. You're very welcome. Thanks. I'm fed by that. Thanks.